Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, this guy will never let go of the 2015 election, and I can understand why, because the 2015 election was a massive rigging. Atihiru Jiga was the INEC chief then, a northern man who Goodluck Jonathan made the mistake of putting in charge of that election, and we all saw the result. We saw the massive rigging in places like Kano State, where you had children as young as 7 to 10-year-olds lining up to vote in an election. I think the voting age in Nigeria is 18, but you had children as young as literally 10 lining up to vote, and you had, of course, all manners of rigging all over the country. This was the drumbeat that brought Buhari into office. So this guy is still pained by that, and is even more pained by what has been going on in the country since Buhari came into power. I don't have to explain that. You all know what has been going on in the country since Buhari came into power. The guy I am talking about, of course, is Reno Omokri. Guys, I bring you this. Respect yourself. Stop attacking Buhari. Jonathan's ex-aide Omokri hits Soyinka. So that's the headline that we're contending with. Now, one of the main people that Omokri blames for the 2015 election is Soyinka alongside Obasanjo. Of course, he blames Soyinka because we again all know the role that Soyinka played in that election, and again I don't have to explain that. It's recent history, and you are all still mindful of it. So again, the headline: respect yourself, stop attacking Buhari. Jonathan's ex-aide Omokri hits Soyinka. So now let's see now what manner of attack is launching at the prof this time around. Reno Omokri, former assistant on new media to ex-president Goodluck Jonathan, has warned Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka against further attacks on President Muhammadu Buhari. Omokri said that the renowned dramatist lacks the moral right to continue attacking Buhari, whom he, Soyinka, pleaded with Nigerians to forgive and vote for in 2015. Soyinka's last attack on Buhari was a month ago, when he claims that the president was not in charge of Nigeria, and that was in reaction to an open letter written to the president by retired colonel and former military administrator of Kaduna State, Umar Dangiwa. Recall that in the letter, Dangiwa had accused Buhari of appointing people only from the northern parts of Nigeria into office. Recalling when Soyinka begged Nigerians to forgive Buhari, Omokri tweeted, "Can someone tell Wole Soyinka to respect himself and stop complaining about the problem he inflicted on Nigeria?" This was a man who knew General Buhari's past very well, yet asked Nigerians to forgive him. Now we are repeating the past because we forgot. So forgive and forget is the idiom that is playing now, and that is his play on words for the final paragraph of that piece. But then, of course, there's some sense in what Reno Omokri has to say. I'm not often aligned with Reno Omokri, but in this instance, I can see the sense in what he's saying. Wole Soyinka lacks the moral rectitude to complain about what has been going on in Nigeria since 2015, because as Reno Omokri said, Wole Soyinka is a man in his 80s, so he's experienced Buhari in his first incarnation, and he knows exactly what this guy is all about. This was a guy that was using retrospective laws to punish people who were dealing in drugs. So this guy is well known within the Nigerian space, and everybody knew his antecedents. So if you know that antecedent and you wait against Goodluck Jonathan, because Goodluck Jonathan was not essentially an evil man. In fact, the generality of Nigerians consider Goodluck Jonathan to be a good man. What they considered was his regime was extremely corrupt, and that cannot be disputed. But there has never been, and there still isn't, any administration within the Nigerian space that was less corrupt than the Goodluck Jonathan regime. It's always been like that. So it was like that through the Goodluck Jonathan regime too, and it continues to be like that. Nigeria is an extremely corrupt country, and that extreme corruption manifested under Goodluck Jonathan. We're seeing it now again with the Magu Salami, etc., Ganduje, all of this going on that we're seeing. So nothing has changed from there, and nothing was better prior to Goodluck Jonathan. So that was the reason why, at least the main reason why Goodluck Jonathan was chased out of power. But then, of course, all the infrastructures that Goodluck Jonathan was building within the Nigerian space, we are seeing it today. The rail system that he was building, we're seeing it today. They are in use. The metro system within Abuja that he built is in use today. All the schools that he built in the north to give them something to do rather than roaming the streets, it's all there till today, all now gathering dust because, of course, Buhari doesn't really care about his people. He just wants to collect as much dollars as Babangida did and Abacha and surpass them. So this is just where his interest is. But now, Wole Soyinka is now coming out in the public space to say this now regime is too draconian. Well, it was draconian under Buhari in the first incarnation, and Buhari came back in his late 70s to come and contest. I think it was in his 80s then, but he claimed to be in his 70s. But Buhari came back at whatever age, great age that he is at that time, to come and contest for that post, and to tell you that he's not really that much of a changed man. So if he's telling you that he has not really changed that much as a man, what difference were you then expecting for him to manifest when he then gets into that post? So Soyinka does lack the moral rectitude to criticize the Buhari regime. I agree on that, but I disagree that Reno Omokri is the person that is saying it, because Reno Omokri is living the life of a junior prince all over the West. Is always everywhere, traveling first class. He has a retinue of assistants in New York, etc. So what is his job exactly that affords him the lifestyle that he lives? This is the question that is on the lips of Nigerians, because that corruption tag that the Goodluck Jonathan was drummed out of office for also splashes on him, and we are seeing the colors of that splash in the lifestyle that Reno Omokri is living. Conversations in the comment section. Reno Omokri has come out to have his say on Wole Soyinka. So now you now come out and have your say on Reno Omokri. What says you? Come share thought. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, then come join me in the comment section. Come tell me where you weigh in the divide, or whose side you're on, Reno Omokri or Wole Soyinka. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.